Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doom Cubed, a game that does not have very good options, as we've already pointed out. This game came out in 2004, and God, it shows. This game was solidly in the streamability gap. Thankfully, the BFG edition has pulled it out of that, and as we've talked about, the streamability gap has closed over the years. Much more story-focused, much more horror-focused. Some very tech-based stuff going on here, especially with regards to the lighting engine. And a sub from Gray-N7, obviously. Thank you, Gray-N7. Always appreciate you, and 2 years of support. Thank you very, very much. I suppose you know the question. Look, I can never be as good as Total Biscuit. I'm not even trying to fill those shoes. Anyways, so yeah, Doom 3, unified lighting and shadowing, complex animations and scripting, and stencil shadowing, and GUI surfaces to add interactivity to the game. That's the big thing from the GameSpy post on August 14th, 2004, which I was looking at for this. It's one of the interviews I pulled up for this. And yeah, the shadows were impressive. The lighting was impressive. I could almost see the game a couple of times. I should mention I have actually played this game and beaten it, although I never played the expansion. So that means I've actually played this game before too. But I'm bringing this all up because there's some individual nitty-gritty stuff I could go into the behind the scenes. But what I want you to understand is that there are quite a few people who have said for years that this is a tech demo game. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but I didn't learn that until after the fact. And it was one of those, yeah, that makes sense kind of moments. The game is, the level design, I remember being kind of, like, it was essentially not level design. It was more along the lines of level design you'd see in a Bioshock game or a Resident Evil, you know, where the level isn't really the point. The point is trying to get across the visuals, the lighting, and the graphics, and all those fun things. There was a bit more story emphasis, actual cutscenes, and some kind of a narrative, but that is not something I remember very fondly. And it was definitely intended to be a reboot, a complete reset of the setting, which makes sense for various reasons. And I don't actually have much else to add to that, as weird as that sounds. It's a game that left a lasting impact on me on how much I didn't enjoy the process of playing it. So this will be a very fascinating game to try and review in my normal method. That's hilarious, Talia. Now, really quick, Gray-N7, I got that down for Jedi Survivor, RoboCop Rogue, and Dragon Age 4. And Baron, thank you, Baron, very much for the sub. And I will go ahead and jot that down to the Kirby block, Yakuza Block 1, and Buckshot Roulette. Excuse me. So, without further ado, so it looks like there is no co-op to speak of. So that's cool. I was just double checking. Moving on.
The Union Aerospace Corporation is the largest corporate entity in existence. Originally focused on weapon and defense contracts, new ventures have expanded into biological research, space exploration, and other scientific endeavors. With unlimited funds and the ability to engage in research outside of moral and legal obligations, the UAC controls the most advanced technology ever conceived.
Incoming transport detected.
Mars approach, Darkstar with you, 07063, passing through 38,000.
Roger, Darkstar. Descend to 2000, set speed, contact ground on 26972.
Wait, are these unskippable?
Roger that, tower.
These are unskippable. Oh my god. How do you have unskippable cutscenes in a Doom game? For the record, Doom 4 and 5 have skippable cutscenes. Okay, that's a negative out of the gate. Wow. We'll see how bad that is, but that's at least one. Anyways. By the way, what's your suggestion, Heroes?
We have them on radar, sir. They'll be landing in a few moments.
Excellent. See that Counselor Swan is sent directly to me.
Oh, he's evil.
Yes, sir.
You can tell because of his voice.
Only evil people talk like this. Yes, I'll have a number 3 large, with no pickles, please.
We've got you, Darkstar. You are set for lockdown. Welcome back.
I need to make sure that pickles are not there. The vinegar hurts my tongue when I eat them.
You like fries with that?
Yes, please.
To this, I didn't want to come here.
He left you no choice.
True, but this is the last time. I'm tired of running damage control every time he makes a mess.
Right. You're the control. And if that fails, I'm the damage.
If that's what it takes, but Kruger is going to start doing things our way.
Whatever you say, Counselor.
Sure thing, Sarge. When did the Doom movie come out, by the way? ...2005. That's what I thought. Very, very around the same era. Because I know they were working on both at the same time.
Welcome to Mars. All new arrivals need to check in at reception. If you're looking for someone to help you, just head to reception.
Okay, so in the interest of honesty, the mocap is not exactly bad, so we'll jot that down as a maybe. Voice acting is... fine? Probably gonna have a plus for music. Yeah, we'll see what we think of the voice acting as we go. There's most of the voice acting of the game is right up front, so pay attention to that as we go.
Welcome to Mars City, Union Aerospace's premier research facility. To expedite your processing, please proceed directly to reception.
Welcome to Mars, Marine. I'm gonna need you to step on one of those red squares on the floor for a bioscan. This'll only take a second. Okay, let me get this started. You're gonna need to hold still. Moving around only makes the test take longer. All right, bioscan looks good. You're cleared for entry. On behalf of the UAC, welcome to Mars City. This facility serves as the central hub for all scientific research,
Attention.
archaeological
Director
study,
Banks,
and
please
military
report to
operations.
Central.
Before you ask, no, there's no subtitles option.
The UAC is the safety and well-being of all employees and guests.
In fact, if I can complain about the options for one more second, check this out. Tell me how many audio channels we have right there. That's right. 1. There's just sound. There's just the volume. It's just... That was actually pretty common in this exact era of gaming. Blizzard games notoriously used to have just sound volume, and that was just really frustrating. Sounded music, actually. So, whatever. Anyways.
To help achieve this goal, we ask you to follow all UAC corporate procedures at all times. This includes restricting your movement to areas for which you have clearance. Always remain alert and aware of what you and others are doing. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, or just have a simple question, find the nearest UAC security guard. They are here to help, no matter how large or small the problem is. Our station on Mars provides a perfect blend of work habitats, recreational facilities, and social support structures. This ensures our goal of providing a true home-away-from-home experience for everyone. Keep this in mind as you help us pursue our groundbreaking research that is destined to transform the daily lives of everyone here and throughout the solar system. If you need more detailed assistance, please see your Human Resources Manager. If you are a guest, you may bring up any issue with your appointed UAC liaison. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Cool. Mars Delta Labs, changing the face of Mars. Bringing mankind one step closer to heaven. November is Safety Awareness Month on Mars, and the UAC has scheduled a variety of workshops to help promote a safer work environment for everyone. Download now to find out what you can do. So, not to keep complaining. So when I was... Let me give you a visual representation, because I feel like that helps. So when I was playing Doom 1 and 2, the game was about this big, right? Nice big chonker of a game. Plenty of visibility, right? Now that I'm playing Doom 3, it's about this big. This is my window. Hide Quack.
Welcome to Mars. First time? You can just leave your bag there. I'll have it sent up your quarters. Okay, there's a few things we need to take care of first. This is your personal data assistant. You'll need this to access all secure areas. If you get clearance for any security zones, it'll download directly. It's important, so don't lose it. I see here that Sergeant Kelly has requested your immediate attention. Head directly to Marine Command. It's just that way. Follow the signs.
Processed all incoming personnel from Flight 4409. PDA was issued to the Marine on board, and I sent him... God, type faster, dude. Directly to Marine Command. And something. At Sergeant Kelly's request. The other two UAC something were sent to the conference room at Bertruder's request. Supplemental. I would also like to add that this new transfer is exceedingly rude. He has hovered over me, reading everything I type. Stop it. Oh, sorry. Robo-Cola. I can't even come up with a slogan that's not as creepy as that image actually is. Oh, Jesus, that's gonna be a thing.
Mars City is a smoke-free facility. Please smoke only in designated areas. Thank you for your cooperation.
Haven't seen you before. You must be with that new detachment coming to check on us. Is there some type of problem? I'm just trying to get my work done here.
I'm here because there seems to be some very serious problems.
Oh, really? Do I need to remind you of the groundbreaking work that we're doing here?
No. But I've been authorized by the board to look at everything.
The board authorized you?
Yeah, look, it's an evil guy.
The board doesn't know the first thing about science. All they want is something to make them more money, some product. Don't worry, they'll get their product.
Oh, yes.
After how many accidents? Tell me, Dr. Betruger, why are so many workers spooked, complaining, requesting transfers off Mars?
They simply can't handle life here. They're exhausted and overworked. If I had a larger, more competent staff and bigger budget, even these few accidents could have been avoided.
I'm afraid you'll get nothing more until my report is filed with the board. I will need full access, Dr. Betruger, Delta included. I won't have any difficulties doing that, will I?
Only if you get lost, Swan. Just stay out of my way. Amazing things will happen here soon. You just wait.
Let's go.
So, yeah, he has a giant blinking neon sign over his head saying evil scientist. Hi, Act. So this has nothing to do with the Doom timeline, I see. This is the only Doom game that is just completely over there in a corner by itself. I know Doom 4 was originally intended to be a reboot, but then they decided to tie it in, and blah, 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 blah. We'll talk more about Doom 4 when we get there, because there's... Oh my god, look at our feet. Oh my god, look at our legs! Boom, 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 boom. A boom, 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 boom. A boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, that's terrible. Someone clip that. Please. Legs just... Oh, that's a good question. Nope, we do not appear to have legs. Even though we very clearly should be able to see them. Oh, anyways. What species are we?
Yeah, so those suits arrived too. Weird. The UAC must be worried about something.
I hear there's been more accidents in Delta.
Accidents? That's good. Is that what they're calling them now?
So, tell me, just what the hell is happening over there?
Beats me, man. Look, all I do is repair the converters when they blow, okay? That's it.
Fine. But what's overloading them so much? I mean, how much damn power do they need?
I wouldn't ask him if I was you, man. I heard Travis started poking around and he got transferred fast. Didn't even see him leave.
Hell, no one saw him go. Was here 1 minute, on the next.
Lucky bastard.
Yep, he's the fortunate one. So since I don't have a map, we're gonna have to figure out where the mess hall is.
Attention, Dr. Braddock. Please report to Environment Management Office 4.
Oops, this is probably not where I came from. Hang on. Oh my god, stop doing that, game.
Miller, you hear about Corporal Allen?
Yeah, they said he just lost it. Shipped home this week.
If we lose one, gain another.
No shit. I wonder who they're gonna move to Bravo team now.
Who knows? I just hope they don't take anyone from my squad. I hate pulling double shifts.
I hear ya.
Authorities continue to search for the activists responsible in Monday's bombing of a biomech production facility, resulting in the destruction of hundreds of biomech labor units. In space news, mining station Amon is reporting 9 dead and 28 wounded in what appears to be an ore canopy failure during routine operations. This is the 5th incident in a string of mishaps that have plagued asteroid strip mining facilities in recent months. Deep Space Probe Madridi successfully executed the first of 4 engine bursts designed to alter the probe's course, according to officials. The probe's logic core first requested the diversion following yesterday's discovery of a negative light object outside the orbit of Sedna. The probe is set to resume its outer system mapping mission next week, following further scans of the fluctuating anomaly. Faint signals continue to be received from the failed Europa orbiter, which is said to be further evidence of survivors in Thursday's crash. Union Aerospace, who funded the privately operated orbiter, stated that there were no survivors and the signal is part of the Navcom system's automated distress beacon. Critics of the massive corporation say the Europa signal is undeniably originating from one or more survivors, and the high costs of mounting a rescue operation have led to the UAC's refusal. In IPN's business news, Mixom Corporation has filed suit against rival company Moxim, claiming the company infringed on several pressure seal patents utilized in planetary bases. Moxim lawyers have threatened a countersuit, saying that Mixom creates inferior parts based on original Moxim designs. Senate Majority Leaders this morning approved a nearly $80.2 trillion spending plan. The plan includes cuts in funding for the Lunar Outpost and several planetary platforms, as well as major revisions to the public health care system. The plan also calls for cutting the budget deficit in half by 2147. Gentech firm Reutier met further resistance this week in its plans to introduce genetically manufactured health products on Earth. A longtime supplier to military and space sectors, genetically modified products have seen poor sales in the consumer market. Reutier's latest medkit technology was slated to hit stores next month. For IPN News, this is Roger McKellen with Subspace News on the Hour.
That was a lot. Let's see, I'll grab some blurry JPEG, blurry PNG. Ooh, they've got a GIF in here too. So we've got a Game Hog magazine, which of course has Doom on it, and Booty, which we don't need to know more about. Although that helmet looks familiar. What's that from? Quake 3, okay. That does look familiar.
Turbo Turkey Puncher 3.
So as you can see, they have mobile games in the future. Plus 50 to gameplay. There's 8, excuse me, buttons to do that. God, it feels so slow compared to Doom 1 and 2.
Don't waste any more time. Go see the Sarge.
This is Delta Science Management. We would like to request another security team here in Delta.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, Kaon. Although we're not Doom Guy. We're like, well, let's call ourselves Marine Guy. Doom Cubed? Didn't work. Call ourselves Doom Cubed.
Representing yet another great accomplishment of the UAC, the Series 3 plasma gun is an extremely versatile medium-range combat weapon. Harnessing the exhaustive resources of synthetic plasma, the plasma gun meets the critical requirement of low-cost, abundant ammunition for today's highly mobile military. capable of sustained firepower due to the latest advancements in plasma injector technology. This weapon's lightweight and high yield make it desirable for most combat scenarios. Always on the forefront of technology, the UAC is making safer worlds through superior firepower.
Hold up. Hold up. Just give me a minute. There we go. Ah, that makes sense. So, yeah. There are resolution settings. If you're full screen and nothing else. You know, because that makes so much sense. Hang on, that completely screwed over my layout. Give me a second. Okay. Moving on. Did his face get burned off? And yeah, very serious Half-Life vibes with this. When did Half-Life 2 come out? You know, the game that so overshadowed this that some people didn't even know they had a third Doom. Same year. Yep, that tracks. Look, I'm not saying Half-Life 2 is a better game than this. But, yeah.
Took your sweet time, Marine? Now, here's the situation. Another member of the science team's gone missing. Since you're the ranking FNG, you get to find him. I want you to check out the old decommissioned comm facility. We heard he might be heading that way. The only way there is through the service passage under Mars City. I've programmed this sentry to guide you to the maintenance elevator. Hope you follow the sentry better than you've followed orders so far. Pick up some gear at the security checkpoint at the bottom of the elevator. Oh, and when you find him, just bring him back. Do not hurt him. Now move out.
Why would I hurt him?
Attention UAC personnel. Interested in earning more credits? Volunteer at Delta Labs today.
I would say yes so far, Blake Duvall.
Did you hear what Carter said?
No, what?
He said
I mean, Betruger must have been burning through cash for the UAC to actually send someone from the board to him.
The UAC cares about the quality of life of its employees. Please take advantage of our quality.
Yeah, remember, we're not real military. Sorry, let me clarify that statement for a second, because obviously that's a controversial statement. We're rent-a-cops. We're part of the Marine Corps of the company.
This is the audio log of maintenance technician Adam Bernache, dated November 10th, 2145. I fixed the couplings on the heat shields this morning with no problems. I did, however, have another odd experience while I was down there. Shortly after finishing the first coupling adjustment, I distinctly heard whispering. When I went to investigate the sounds, I found nothing. checked the work logs, and I was the only person scheduled to be in that area today. That experience, coupled with the stories I've heard from some guys over in the Delta Labs, has me pretty freaked out. I'm really beginning to hate going down to the underground maintenance area. The people down there are a bit off. The mumbling, the weird looks. The whole place is just plain creepy. I'm always expecting someone to jump out at me. I've secured my tools and the busted modulator in the storage cabinet next to the maintenance elevator. Technicians should use cabinet code 396 to access them. End of log.
I'm debating heavily how much I like this intro. Obviously, it's really slow from a gameplay perspective. Like, this is... We were talking about this recently in Deus Ex Human Revolution. It's the walking cutscene thing, right? And yeah, it's very System Shock or Half-Life. It's not... I mean, obviously, most of what we've been doing is side stuff. We could have just run straight through to the Sarge and then run straight here and be done in like a minute. So that's good. The fact that so much of the extra little story stuff we've been soaking up is optional is a good thing.
Welcome to the dungeon, Marine. Most unexciting place on Mars. I'm gonna need you to grab some armor and secure your pistol before I can pass you through security. Okay, grab your gear. Now you're ready for combat. Let me do a radio test.
Can I have a real gun, please?
MarsSec radio check. Excellent. Good signal. Looks like you've been assigned the decommissioned comm facility. Just follow the main passage through the underground junction, then straight out. You'll have a quick evac. And what better way to see the Martian surface than to run across it? Okay, you're all set. Oh yeah, keep in mind, civilians are working down here. Don't get excited and shoot.
Got it. Will not get excited.
Oh, haven't seen anyone new down this way in quite some time. Welcome to the dungeon, brother. Enjoy your stay. You sure are curious, aren't you?
I can't...
Yeah, this is what I do all day.
I can't shoot him! Never mind. Trust me, this is a mercy. I've played this game. I know where this is going. Even if I hadn't played this game, I know where this is going. Everybody in a 5-mile radius knows where this is going.
Listen, Scotty. I've done this a million times. It's not that hard. Boss?
Hey, what the hell's going on up there?
Hey, Epic. Thank you very, very much for the sub. Don't worry. I'm busy saving people from what is to come. That's a good question, Mortal. I don't know. Going towards FF16, the Resident Evil block, and Yakuza block 1. Thank you, Epic. Yeah. Look, I work for the company, okay? I'm a people person.
This is Grant Baston, your Environmental Services Supervisor. Date is October 19th. I've been hearing an alarming number of reports on some, unexplainable things. Being on another planet and working underground has always been a little spooky, so we always have the occasional report of strange things. But what is worrying me is the fact that the number of these reports are up by a lot. People are truly frightened. The rumors we're hearing about experiments from the Delta Complex are not helping. The power fluctuations aren't helping at all either. Having the lights flicker constantly and losing power for several minutes at a time is scaring everyone down here. I'm doing my best to keep people in track, but we're continually short-handed. Someone's reporting in sick almost every day. I'll keep my director apprised of the situation, and will continue to log reports as I get them.
Looks safe.
Maintenance guys not keep any of these machines running? Yes, sir. It's just that the science team demands a lot out of these things. Enough excuses. Just do your job and get the science team what they need. Well, I'm doing everything, but I just can't explain some of the things that have been happening to the system. It's weird. Just get it done.
I don't think it's a negative. But how much of a positive or a neutral can we call it when a game has giant glowing neon lights saying, hey, something bad's about to happen?
Jeez. Do you make a habit of sneaking up on people? Everyone's already on edge down here with all the strange things that have been going on. The garage area is right through that door. Now stop bothering me.
You got it. Oh my god, I can shoot and look at the flashlight at the same time. I'm in shock. And yeah, for the record, I played before that was a thing.
Hey, you're that new guy headed for the old comm center, right? You'd better hustle up, pal. This passage doesn't go all the way there. You'll have a quick walk outside to the center's airlock. Hey, don't sweat it. Your suit's got plenty of oxygen.
Oh my god, yeah, the flashlight has a energy bar. I didn't even notice it at first. You're not a bother, Evo. We haven't really started the visuals yet. The biggest thing I'm noticing is that these shading and lighting things they're so proud of are not things I would consider really good. It's doing that mistake I've actually seen a lot of older games do, where the light is so stark that it creates unnaturally stark shadows. Like, I was kind of joking around, but I mean, look at this for a second. Just look at this. This is just some random wall that I can just look at. And, I mean, just a glance at this screen, right? It's Splinter Cell, except it's not actually a gameplay mechanism this time. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. Bright is too bright, dark is too dark.
Need to double timer down there. Search your assigned area.
That's one of the reasons why I tend to be so positive towards games that actually manage to make dark areas still visible. Good lighting design. Now the textures are actually pretty solid. I'll give you that. It's definitely got some good design to the the industrial look. The downside, of course, is while that looks decent, it's also, speaking from experience, extremely frustrating to navigate, because even though it's not samey textures, it kind of is. Everything kind of blurs into this big, dull, industrial gray. And so navigation becomes kind of a thing, and as I've pointed out before, the first time I played it, I've never beat this without cheating, because there was one level I put no clip on for, and I hope to point it out when we get there.
No, please. You must let me get this communication out. They have to be warned while there is still time. I can't let... You don't know what I've seen. You can't possibly understand or comprehend.
The devil is real.
I know.
I built
cracked his case.
I'm getting abnormal readings here. This is bad. Go! We can't hold these levels. We're losing it! Help us!
Structural integrity at risk.
That was the everything goes wrong moment. Hope you enjoyed that.
This is Sergeant Kelly. We're under attack by an unknown enemy force. Fall back to Marine HQ to regroup. I say again, fall back to Marine HQ.
Like I said, killing people earlier, that was a kindness. Oh yeah, and now the visuals are going to get less visible, because now the power's flickering or just straight up out in areas. So we have situations like this. Could not have timed that better.
Squad leaders, get sit reps. Over.
I do like how they give us monitors to show most of what was happening.
Fire Team 4, we got pinned down and outplanned. HQ, this is Fire Team 2. Main power systems down in sub-level. Backup and life support systems only. We've got lots of civilian casualties. We're a mess. Command HQ, looking to secure the area.
So, if you've been wondering why this game has a reputation for being dark, I think the last minute or so has given it across. I hate to keep hammering that point in, but it really does need to be mentioned that, for all the memes, this game really is dark. No, not like that. Also leans really heavily into, you know, oh my god, horrific murder, death. I do think this game will actually get some negatives for going over the line in several cases, but we'll get to that later. We're not there yet. That reminds me, does anyone know what the difficulty options change in this game?
This is Command HQ. Report directly to Marine Headquarters and await further orders.
I've actually been trying for headshots, believe it or not, with a couple of exceptions. Ah, that sucks, Plutonium. We might turn it down then. Can we turn it down in mid-game? We cannot. Okay. Hold up. If that's lazy difficulty, we should probably restart right now. Yeah, the whole point of lazy difficulty is that it's very, very easy to program and adjust on the fly. That's one of the benefits of it. As I've talked about before, lazy difficulty boils down to having a freaking modifier that you can just run through every damage calculation on the fly if you feel like it. So I hit you for 10, but hang on, run easy, so I hit you for 10 times 0.5. So now I hit you for 5, right? Boom. Just like that. So I'm seeing several people talk about how it affects damage, but possibly not health. One second. I'm seeing several people talking about that. So let's do something. Let's grab a hard save here. That's funny, Black Balkan. And then let's go ahead and restart and let's poke this a bit, shall we? No, no. That's the wrong button. Very important. Turn it down one step. Oh, that's right. Cutscenes aren't skippable.
In existence. Originally focused on weapon and defense contracts, new ventures.
Yeah, you also can't name your saves. This is such a weird game.
Exploration and other scientific endeavors. With unlimited funds and the ability to engage in research outside of moral and legal obligations, the UAC controls the most advanced technology ever conceived.
Incoming transport detected.
Mars approach, Dark Star with you, 07063, passing through 38000.
Was this made for console? You know, I don't actually know. That would make no sense, though, considering how much of a tech demo this was. Like, for the PC.
We have them on radar, sir. They'll be landing in a few moments.
Excellent. See that Counselor Swan is sent directly to me.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Tower,
let's
Dark
see
Star on final.
how fast we can push through this intro, because it's kind of interesting.
We've got
Not running around and gaining all the optional stuff.
Welcome back.
I will say this game will probably have a higher story score than Doom 1 and 2 combined.
It's come to this. I didn't want to come here.
He left you no choice.
True, but this is the last time. I'm tired of running damage control every time he makes a mess.
Right. You're the control. And if that fails, I'm the damage.
If that's what it takes, Betruger is going to start doing things our way.
Whatever
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Hang on a second.
you say, Counselor.
Yeah, by virtue of having a story. I mean, that's not a gimme. There are games that have stories that have worse story scores than Doom 1 and 2.
I gotta get out.
We've reviewed a few of them.
Welcome to Mars,
To
Marine.
expedite your processing, please proceed directly to reception.
I'm gonna need you to step on one of those red squares on the floor for a bioscan. This'll only take a second.
I mean, the worst story score I've ever given to a game ever so far is Metroid Other M. But yeah, there's also Wolfenstein Youngblood. There's Secret of the Stars.
All right,
Quest
bioscan looks
64.
good. You're cleared for entry.
Star Wars Squadrons.
Welcome to Mars. First time?
Yeah, it's like I like to say. Having a story doesn't give you positives. It gives you a chance for positives, just like it gives you a chance for negatives.
Is your personal data assistant? You'll need this to access
Rogue
all
Trader's
secure
apparently on
areas.
sale.
If you get clearance for any security zones, it'll download directly. It's important, so don't lose it. I see here that Sergeant Kelly has requested your immediate attention. Head directly to Marine Command. It's just that way.
But I need to go play Turkey Puncher.
Mars City is a smoke-free facility. Please smoke only in designated
I'm here
areas.
because
Thank
there
you for
seems
your
to be some very
cooperation.
serious problems.
Oh, really? Do I need to remind you of the groundbreaking work that we're doing here?
Evil, yeah.
Extremely evil, yes. The board doesn't know the first thing about science. All they want is something to make
That's
them...
right, and with my science, I will put my head on a creature's tongue.
Which, honestly, what I never figured out what was up with that. Why the tongue? What? Anyways, whatever. Moving on.
They simply can't handle
Only science can put a man's face on a tongue.
If I had a larger, more competent staff and bigger budget, even these few accidents could have been avoided.
I'm afraid you'll get nothing more until my report is filed with the board. I will need
Managed to create the most amazing thing ever. A chimpanzee with 5 butts.
doing that, will I?
Only if you get lost, Swan. Just stay out of my way. Amazing thing.
Most of the cutscenes are front-loaded by memory. Evo.
Let's go.
Listen, buddy, you don't have clearance for this.
How would you know? Oh, God damn it. I went the right way, or rather the wrong way.
So those suits arrived too. Weird.
Attention. Dr. Braddock, please report to
report to
Environment
Sergeant
Management
Kelly
Office
ASAP.
4 Alpha.
I'm almost ready. Hold them down.
Took your sweet time, Marine. Now, here's the situation.
I made one wrong turn, and apparently I took too long.
You're the
Jesus.
ranking FNG. You get to find him. I want you to check out the old decommissioned comm facility. We heard he might be heading that way. The only way there is through the service passage under Mars.
You got it, Tully said. 57,000 negatives for not being a video game.
Better than you followed orders so far. Pick up some gear at the security checkpoint at the bottom of the elevator. Oh, and when you find him, just bring him back. Do not hurt him. Now move out.
Two people won the guessing game. I think it was Trihexia and Off the Deeper End.
Attention UAC personnel.
Which I need to talk to Off the Deeper End about that.
Volunteer at Delta
Again.
Labs today. See your service branch director for more details.
No, what? I mean, this is 2004.
UAC cares about the quality of life of
The
its
Brown era was pretty much just getting started.
of our quality medical care
Wasn't
service.
quite there yet, though.
Welcome to the dungeon, Marine. Most unexciting place on Mars. I'm gonna need you to
Yeah,
grab...
when exactly the Brown era started is a little bit debatable, but it was
Okay.
definitely codified by Gears of War.
Now you're ready for combat. Let me do a radio test. MarsSec radio check. Excellent. Good signal. Looks like you've been assigned the decommissioned comm facility. Just follow the main passage through the underground junction, then straight out. You'll have a quick evac. And what better way to see the Martian surface than to run across it? Okay, you're all set. Oh yeah, keep in mind, civilians are working down here. Don't get excited and shoot it.
Hey! Listen, Scotty. I've done this a million.
Can you maintenance guys not keep any of these machines running?
Yes, sir. It's just that the...
Jeez! You make it.
Hey, you're that new guy headed for the old comm center, right? You better hustle up, pal. This passage doesn't go all the way there. You'll have a quick walk.
Yeah, it's definitely in the 10s somewhere when the Brown era ended. But I'm not sure what exactly. And then we kind of entered the Magenta era for a brief bit there.
Need to double time it down there. Search your assigned area and haul your ass back to Mars City. Out.
Well, we did have the teal and amber era. Game.
Huh? No, no, please. You
I love how we walk in with our gun pointed at him like we're threatening
have to
him.
be warned while there is still time. I can't let... You don't know what I've seen. You can't possibly understand or comprehend.
The devil is real.
I know.
I built his cage.
I'm getting abnormal readings here.
That's a good line that's unfortunately kind of drowned out by everything. The devil is real and I should know. I built his cage.
Help us!
Structural integrity at risk.
Oh yeah, let's save him real quick. There we go. He's saved. Where'd his body go? Where'd his body go?
All units, this is Sergeant Kelly. We're under attack by an unknown enemy force. Fall back to Marine HQ to regroup.
Their bodies despawn instantly, you said. They became one with the Force. I haven't played the S version, but I assume that is the best version of it. I hate you, Talia, and this is your fault. Personally and specifically your fault. I just want you to know that.
Squad leaders, give sit rep. Over.
Command HQ, this is Bravo Team. We've got one Marine down, 2 wounded. Command HQ, this is Fire Team 4. We have pinned down out. Command HQ, this is Fire Team 2. Main power system is down in sub-level.
Wait, didn't you donate to the Doom block?
Casualties.
I feel like you did.
Command HQ, something to secure the area.
So it looks like we were correct. It looks like everyone else's assertions are accurate. It's actually kind of worse than lazy difficulty. Because lazy difficulty is health and damage. This is just damage. And you can't change it on the fly. That's not at the level of Oblivion's level of terrible difficulty design. That's not great.
Warning. Filtration arm in motion.
This is Command HQ.
Bridge extension in 7 seconds.
The odds of it being good are minuscule, Ventures. That's my thoughts so far. So the reason we're immune is because we're the player character. If you want more of an answer to that, I'm not sure what exists.
Help!
Where are you? I'll help you. I know exactly 2 people who think Dragon Age 4 will actually be good. For the record, I am neither of them. We're probably going to play it pretty soon after it comes out, Avengers. If you want to wait for our review. Do not be the only person doing so. So that was a disintegration. Good God. I withdraw my earlier start. One second, go ahead, I'll check in just a second. Viscerality is not great. Kit is pretty bad. But we only have 2 guns. That's way too early to cover that. Enemy AI is unimpressive. Enemy design, we're not there yet. Nope, we could still have the flashlight. That was our first imp. The escalation hasn't been bad. Like, first we fought a zombie, then we fought a gun. Like, it was literally a zombie melee, and then zombie gun guy. And then immediately after that was just kind of a mixture of gun guys and melees. And here we see our first imp. The shotgun is... No, it's the Doom 3 shotgun. It's usually used as an example of how not to design shotguns. And that's not me being harsh. That's an actual statement of fact. So far, I've only run into a few times where it's hard to see where I'm going. I have a feeling we'll run into more. Something Nero's, as mentioned earlier, has already happened 3 times by my count. And that's the jump scares. I really like the jump scares. Allow me to say something extremely unpopular. Jump scares suck. Jump scares are lazy mode horror. There's actually been so much work done on jump scares over the last however many decades. And we've already got, like, jump scares, counter jump scares, and counter jump scares at this point. It's not a joke. That really is a thing we have.
All units, this is Sergeant Kelly. We don't know what we're up against. Repeat, we have negative ID. stock up on ammo and stronghold.
I've heard some people say over the years there's such a thing as a good jump scare. I suppose hypothetically, I could think of such a thing. I'm gonna be honest, I can't think of a specific example off the top of my head, though. I'm not trying to be snarky, I really can't think of a good jump scare off the top of my head.
We've got one man down and several wounded. We are incoming and need medical on stage instead.
Fire Team 2! The monorail track is destroyed! Unable to secure safe transportation back to base! Over!
Roger that, Fire Team 2. Fall back to the nearest station and set up a TP there. Out.
That's true, Python. I mean, movies count. Movies, shows. I'll also mention one thing I don't like is how much pushback we get from simple shots. You saw it just a second ago, but it's been the whole game. When something shoots us, it literally just shoves us back a bit, right? Like this. Well, demonstrate. That isn't doing it. Sure, whatever. It might have been the guy with the shotgun.
This is Sergeant Kelly. I'm unable to reach Mars.
Those are pistols.
Move to Marine HQ to regroup and await further orders.
Why would you do this, Offshore Japan?
Hey, you! Up here! Quickly! I thought I was the only one still alive. I can't believe I found you. Something happened. I don't know what. It was like a shockwave. It passed through the entire base. People started changing. It was crazy. I was working up here on the vent shafts. I don't know how I survived. Go for help. Please.
Yeah, that's Blum. And of course it's Blum. Ugh, there's so many Blums. Yeah, if I shoot him, that's actually for his betterment, honestly. Really, I'm not being facetious. Good Lord, Dr. Chichikon, why would you do this? Thank you very, very much for the subs. I do always appreciate. Yeah, no, the shotgun in this game is... So I don't know the specific code of how the super works in 2. But I can tell you from having just played it that that's a shotgun that has a huge spread and still does proper damage even to a single target. This is like the opposite of that, or I guess the inverse. Because this thing has a huge spread and does no damage. Now, the pistol's almost worse, but still. Yeah, no, the shotguns, like I said, again, I'm not trying to be facetious, I'm not trying to snark. This shotgun has been used as a way to not design shotguns before. Because, like, the super would go like this, and if there was a guy right here in the middle, he's dead, right? If it's something bigger and I get up close, it's dead. You know, if I could get right up on a Cacodemon in Doom 2 and hit it with the super, there's a decent chance I could actually kill it. Actually, we are on easy, Trifon. Difficulty does not adjust enemy health. So, according to Black Malkin, it does apparently still do high damage. Which leaves me with the question, what the hell is the difference between this thing and the super? Because this is terrible.
Be careful. I don't know what's
let me stop crawling through a duct here. Jesus Christ. You see those bullet holes up there? In fact, hang on. Oh my god. There's one over there. There's one over there. Okay. A lot of blood. I was gonna say, we're not wielding a shotgun, we're wielding a blunderbuss. There we go. See, there's that throw. I knew there was a knockback. Probably stop getting hit just to prove a point. Now to never use that shotgun again.
Specialist Wilson, my team is gone. They're all dead. I'm running blind here. What are my orders? Over.
Specialist Wilson, this is Sergeant Kelly. Stay sharp.
Okay, this is just straight up Quake 2 gun. Look at that. I'm joking. The Quake 2 gun has way more work recoil than that. I need to keep remembering I actually have a flashlight this time around. Let's see how long it takes to refill the flashlight. Let's do some tests. So we can leave it on until it actually drains and see what happens. Can't get much of a headshot on him. Okay, that refilled pretty fast. Yeah, the fact that the flashlight's kind of on my shoulder is weird, but I guess that's the point, really. Is that it's literally shoulder mounted, right? Okay, flashlight refills very quickly. Which on the one hand, good, but on the other hand, if your flashlight refills in like a second, why have the meter at all? Yeah, exactly. What's the point if it refills that fast? Just let it be a toggle. Here, let me showcase what I'm trying to get across here. You're gonna have to give me a few seconds. Nuisance mechanic, yeah. Okay, so, flashlight's completely out of power, and it's back. Just like that. Well, that's an interesting question. Oh my god, there is a stamina bar. I didn't even notice that down there. You see it? It's the kind of brownish, orangish one. That doesn't deplete particularly quickly, but again, why is there even a stamina bar? So, okay. if I was to try and turn the flashlight into an actual mechanic, first of all, I would probably have the flashlight do something other than, you know, make it so I can see. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but just visibility probably shouldn't be the kind of thing you make a resource you spend. Exactly. Maybe let it blind certain types of enemies. Maybe make it so that it can interact with certain types of things. Like, maybe you can use it on a type of fungus, and that fungus is like Wong. Maybe you could use it to light up something, and enemies will, like, go towards the source of where you put the light, so you can, like, lure enemies. Something, right? Some kind of... This is all just right off the top of my head. But just do some kind of, anything, really. Because otherwise, it should just be a toggle. Why shouldn't visibility be a resource? Okay. I have no way of answering that you're going to find acceptable. So I'm just going to move immediately past that, because you've just asked me why I don't enjoy being stabbed in the eyes. And I have no answer for that. It may be a black light that can show you, like, paths or secret messages or outline secret doors, you know, stuff, something like that. Okay. Gross. 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 Alright, so. I think if we were doing something different, like... Let me use a random example. Oh, what's the name of that stupid game? It's one of the original indie horror games. Kind of blew off the lid on a bunch of indie games about, you know, innocence, losing, and everything's horrific and blah, blah, blah. Was that Amnesia? So I'm not thinking of The Dark Descent, to be clear. Although, that is actually a good example of what I'm talking about. I was thinking it's a side-scroller. You play a kid. There's horrific spiders that are there to eat you.
Connection established.
Marine. I can't believe you're still alive.
Limbo. That's the one.
I'm unable to return to Mars City. All passages out of the Delta complex have been blocked. I'm setting up a command post here. I can monitor status reports of the entire base from Delta Central Authority and communicate with other Marine teams. It's your mission to link up with Bravo Team and get that transmission sent. Head toward Alpha Labs. It's the fastest way to find them. I'll update your PDA security clearance from here. Good job. And good luck, Marine.
You got it, Sarge. Also, you look strangely like Dwayne Johnson. I don't know. It's strange. 1 second. Let me verify my statement before I say something I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure about. That's because it's been adjusted on my end and not on the website yet, off our Twitch account. But thank you for double checking. Now that's what I thought. Okay, so I've just defeated my own point, unfortunately. So I was going to use Limbo as an example of a game in which visibility can be, you know, limited visibility. Limited, how did you put it, Black Malkin? Yeah, visibility as a resource. But I am extremely wrong. Because in Limbo, you can tell what you're doing in general. It's very, very dark. In fact, most of the foreground is literally just sheer black. But it doesn't matter because of the good lighting design of that game, you can always tell where you're going. So there is no limited visibility. So I'm an idiot. Ignore me. All right. Now, Amnesia is actually probably a better example of that. Although there's another one. I can't remember what it is. It might be the second Amnesia game, but it's where you can, like, literally looking at monsters. Maybe that is Amnesia. Causes your insanity to go up. Is that Penumbra? I should mention I haven't played the game I'm mentioning. That's why I'm being so vague about it. friend of mine was telling me about it, and then I ended up watching a video about it out of curiosity. Do you mind? Well, I don't have a map at all, do I? I wonder what a soul cube is. But yeah, it looks like there is no map at all. Okay, I can live with that. Right. It's very, very weird going from something as smooth and fluid as Doom 1 and 2 to this. I'm not trying to say that to be mean. It's just really weird from my perspective. No, it's okay, Andrew. We'll go without. That reminds me, this game has respawning enemies, doesn't it? Sorry, Doom Cubed. I really do need to get into that habit. So, let me explain why I'm asking. Other than the obvious fact that I'm not a big fan of respawning enemies, there's a very big reason why that's significant. It's a matter of navigation. If you remember, one of the positives I gave for Doom 1 and 2 was the fact that you can literally use enemies and corpses as a way to navigate levels and designs. I don't know why I said designs. Mazes. Levels and mazes. Like right now, I am backtracking. I've been through this area before. I'm not sure if I should go through this area. There are enemies here. Okay, so Black Malkin says there are no respawns. Okay, that's actually good to know. That means we are probably going the right way because there are enemies this way. Even though we just went through this crowd. Unfortunately, the problem is now since we're in backtracking land, I'm not sure which backtracking we need to do, so I'm just kind of roaming a little blindly and hoping for the best. And our overall goal, let's get to the Alpha Lab, but that's, you know, who the hell knows where that is. And of course, with regards to Chthon, no, there's no map. My monitor is about this size, give or take. How big is the game? About this size. There's nothing to be confused about Oxford's gun other than stabs! Okay. We killed him before he found out the horrible, horrible secret. So the up-to-date document is a local file that I maintain locally on my computer, Offshore Twitch account. And that is what I keep up to date on a near daily basis. Depending on how many donations I got on a given day, because all those have to be logged in manually. That is then adjusted and copied out into the spreadsheet, which is available for people who are interested in how much has been put towards what. And then, completely separately from that, it is, I run a script through it to translate it into the appropriate CSS in order to then dump onto the website. There's a reason why the website and the spreadsheet both have a last updated date thing there, and you'll notice they're usually not coinciding each other. If I'm being honest, I generally don't do a website update unless there's been a substantial change in something, like something's been funded or a lot of donations have gone in. Having said that, I'm going to now admit that I'm actually about 2 days behind on that because I frankly have had zero time to do donation updates, so I'm behind on that. The good news is I'm playing D&D tonight, so while I am playing D&D, I will go ahead and log all of those entries, get the spreadsheet updated, and get the website updated. Yeah, that's a good sign. Something happened. Yeah, D&D... Don't mistake me, I like playing D&D with my friends, but I usually look forward to D&D because it's a good time to get caught up on paperwork. We're actually playing through Solasta right now, Dark Day. I don't recommend it. The game is trash. It's fun to play with friends, but in that playing a bad game with friends kind of a way.
Psychological services are free and confidential.
I think you're right, Shazan. I'm tempted to make a period joke here, but I'm not going to. Yeah, Solasta is it is a hilariously bad game. It's bad in all the right ways. Let me use a direct example. A bug we've been having for, I don't know, like a few weeks at this point. Okay. Is anytime we get into a cutscene, it lines up our 4 characters and we all stand in a line and we're like, hey, what's up, right? So, what will happen is my character, who is a human, will be standing right here. And one of my friend's characters, who is a halfling, will be standing right here. Now, first of all, this is hilarious in its own right. But what's even funnier is it actually, because of the armor, the specific type of armor I'm wearing, because I'm a paladin, it actually looks like I am just 2 halflings who are standing in a coat.
Marine, you gotta get the Bravo team quickly.
So, offshore Twitch account, allow me to assuage something here. You are worried about Henry Stickmin and Rayman getting funded, right? Let's go look at the list here, shall we? So Rayman is not even 50% there. That's absolutely nowhere. So Henry Stickmin is at about 50%, which is absolutely nowhere. Those aren't getting funded anytime soon. Don't worry too much about it.
Need all the firepower they can get. Sending that transmission is critical to our survival.
Okay. I'm not trying to be mean. That's more of a, you know, don't worry about it kind of a thing. Oh yeah, they'll never become dead fruit, I'm pretty sure. Rayman's been on the list for a long time. Boy, I'm sure glad these things aren't shooting me. Let's get rid of some corpses. Yep, demonic invasion? No. We've got those guns from Portal. I'm weirded out that a reload is even in a Doom game, to be quite honest with you. But it's not bad. Reload speed. You're not going to reactivate? Really? If I were to guess... I'm sorry, I was thinking in gameplay terms. As I say, it feels like this turret thing is 100% scripted. No actual AI running at all. Move to spot. Hit this. Move to spot. Hit this. It's fine, Ross. I accept my horrible fate.
I don't think you understand, Dr. Petruga.
No, I understand everything.
I'm telling you now, Doctor, the UAC is taking over this operation.
Operation? Is that what you're calling it?
The situation is out of control.
It's not out of control, Swan. You are. I'll manage this, and you and your flunky will be taking control of nothing. Do you understand?
Yes, Petruga. I think I do understand.
Okay, plan B.
I sure hope so, Arcando. But if we're being honest, I don't think anybody would let me get away with not someday doing coverage of Silent Hill 2. It's one of the most seminal horror games ever made. So it's on the list for historical significance. I was gonna say, how good are our ears? Jesus. Like, don't mistake me. I sincerely doubt I will enjoy Silent Hill 2, but that's not really the problem. And yeah, I guess demons have already been coming over. I forget if we've been draining them in this one, or imprisoning them, enslaving them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're doing something to him. So anyways, about those jump scares. Legs are a lot easier to hit, in my experience. And headshots don't seem to matter. Like, I was doing headshots earlier, and I was actually counting, and it didn't change how many shots they took.
Don't stop, buddy. There's nothing you can do for me. They're all gone. Surprised us. They just came out of nowhere.
Well, if headshots matter, then I'm going to keep shooting the leg because it's a lot easier to hit.
Access denied.
Do not play... So, the reason Silent Hill 2 only got added to the list very, very recently was because of the remaster or remake or whatever it is. Because the original version is a pain in the ass to get a hold of a copy of, and the... what is it, like the Silent Hill Collection, I think is what it's called, is garbage. And that's the reason I bring that up. Don't pick up the collection. It's actually terrible. The HD collection, that's it. Yeah, at that point, just emulate the original, the PCSXE. Although, make sure you get a copy of that emulator soon, because the developer is being weird about it lately. Yeah, I've actually stopped taking updates on that emulator. That's true. I was shooting a guy in the head earlier, and all it did was paint some blood splatter over his head. Oh, Ratatouille is such a good movie. I mean, I hate good movies. I gotta chew on gravel every day. No, it's fine, Easy Texan. It is a historically significant game, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And frankly, Silent Hill 2 isn't particularly bad. It doesn't have a lot of gore, so that's fine. And the psychological side of it isn't going to bug me at all, because it's all nonsense anyways. And it has a dog ending. How could you not like the dog ending? Come on. So what do you like about the tech, Yura? Talk me up some positives here. Help me help you. Well, I jot down some notes. Correct, Kaon. That's an advice I give to everyone right now. Like I said, that may turn into be a nothing burger, but the developer of that has been kind of weird lately. For that and Duck Station both. Speaking of which, pick up Duck Station if you haven't already. So, that's actually a really long and complex question, Ken Vale, so give me a second. Let me pause on that while I finish jotting down my thoughts here. That's an interesting way to put that, Yura, because I agree. Half-Life 2 wasn't mind-bogglingly good tech-wise. It was just very well directed. Ravenholm, or Ravenhold? God, I can't remember. You know, the town, right, is a perfect example of a place that isn't really all that technically impressive when you sit back and look at it. It is Ravenholm, thank you. But, I mean, it's Ravenholm. There's a reason it's so memorable. It's because they sat down and they really thought about what to use, where, and how. I hope so, Shadow Machine. We'll get there. The Half-Lives are not on the list. And that's because no one's donated towards them yet. I generally don't add games to the list. I try not to do that. The list is plenty big as is. At least not until the queue's caught up. Having said that, someday we're going to review the Half-Lives. Of course we are. Even ignoring the fact that I'm a fan of those games, those are also historically significant games. We absolutely need to cover those someday. The catch, I think, is we've actually already done a Half-Life lore run back in the day. So while I don't know how good those games are, I've already discussed lore behind the scenes, etc. Apparently my worst lore run, according to the comments on the YouTube, according to the YouTube comments of those videos. Hey, Zara. No, it wasn't an early one. My actual worst lore run? I mean, honestly, it's probably just my first lore run, which was Warcraft 3. Followed by Kingdom Hearts 2. Just 2. And then, like, each successive lore run was just a little bit better than the previous ones. So let's debate Kit. We're only 3 guns in yet, but I want to at least have that there, so I'm thinking about it. Enemy design is obvious. Encounter design is obvious. The shotgun is crap. The Mass Effect lore run. That was a minute ago. A game I've covered on stream I'd like to do a lore of someday. Not applicable. I've already covered all of them. That's one of the reasons we kind of transitioned away from runs. We ran out of topics. We ran out of games. The well ran dry. That was a scary time in my life, if you don't mind me talking about that for a second. Back then, pretty much all I was known for was the Ruminations, which I was already transitioning away from, and the lore runs, which was in the name. And I had an idea, it's the review thing, but I wasn't sure anybody was going to go for that. I mean, who would want to watch me actually review a game? Don't be ridiculous. And so there was a scary time there where I actually thought I was not going to be able to keep streaming. Like, I thought that was going to be it. I had run out. And I was already at a point where getting employment was getting pretty rough because of the health issues I was going through at the time. So, yeah. I'm glad you guys decided to like the reviews. Thank you for that. Yeah, but the Trek stuff has never made money. I hate to say that so harshly, but it's extremely true. Yeah, there's one of the biggest problems with streaming is it is by design long-form content. So it is pretty much designed for people who want to watch something for 4 hours or to be present for something for 4 hours. That's what I was going to write down. I knew there was something else. Oh, sorry. Whoa! Oh my god! And then, like, the horn sound here. There we go. Is that better, Paranoid? But yeah, for people who obviously don't have time or don't want time to spend watching some Yahoo play a video game for hours a day, there's not a lot of compromise available there. See, here's the deal. That's not exactly a new problem, and most large-scale streamers run into that exact same problem. What most streamers do is they make a lot more money than I do, and they hire editors who then make an edited version of a given stream, and then they dump that on YouTube, and that's for the people who don't have time or don't want to have time for that. I actually do not, Yura. Yes, please.
Welcome to the Alpha Labs. Formerly designated Phase 1 by the Union Aerospace Off-World Research Division, the Alpha Labs began construction on October 29, 2095, and became fully operational July 17, 2130. Originally created as the prime science and research facility, Alpha Labs are responsible for the development of leading-edge technology, such as the Elemental Phase Deconstructor, Hydrocon, and Molecular Fuel Storage Compressor, all presently being utilized right here in the Alpha Labs. These endeavors have allowed for much-needed expansion into the UAC's current leading research facility, Delta Labs, where Union Aerospace is opening all new opportunities in research and development. With continued investment and hard work, the Union Aerospace Corporation strives for excellence and is committed to building a better tomorrow.
Interesting. Well, we're going to have about 4 years to get to Mars in order to make it then, Draxium. And by 4 years, I mean 6, because I can't add in my head. So to answer Czar says, am I okay with discussing the lore of a game while reviewing it?
No! I refuse!
Anyways, so... Damn right, you're... How dare you ask about lore, you're a... But for real, every stream I do, to some extent or another, is a lowercase lore run. The thing I don't do anymore is uppercase lore runs, capital L lore runs. And you might reasonably ask what the difference is. And the difference is probably non-visible, non-noticeable to you guys, but it's a huge difference to me. Because the amount of extra work and time and effort that goes into a capital L lore run is huge. Even for something I'm not super familiar with, I tend to have lots and lots of notes, and I do lots of research off camera to make sure that I actually can lore run it, so I can discuss it. Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of research that went into lore runs. And when I say tremendous amount of research, I don't mean Googling it or hitting Wikipedia. I tried that once, actually, when I was a lot younger and stupider. Yeah, exactly, Lord Harriman. That's why capital L lore runs have been discontinued, whereas everything I do is a lowercase lore run. But even Doom 2 was something I could discuss the lore on. Hello? Is that supposed to be a pinky? This came out about a year before the movie. Come on, break through the glass. There you go. Good boy. Oh, that recoil is awful. Holy crap. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold up, hold up. Can't say thank you yet. Thank you for the sub, Scott Kbar. If you mean the 007 game, then no, I have not. For Twitch account. That be... Okay, alright, now I'm falling behind on questions. Because I saw Arcane... Ah! Right, that's what Arcane Vale asked. 1 second, so that's going to Dragon Quest 4, Dragon Quest 5, and Dragon Quest 6. So Archeon Vale asks, considering I am something of an algorithm pariah, how's things going? Believe it or not, up. It's very, very, very slow. I'm not going to lie to you. But inch by inch... Damn it, Mom. Word of mouth has been slowly working for me, I guess. And it has been helping that I've been doing those shorts. Speaking of which, thank you for making clips so that I can do those shorts. I remember I actually had a couple of issues getting this running on my PC at the time. Because I wasn't exactly top of the line in 2004. Yes, Ross, exactly. More response, more people, more visibility, which also has meant more people responding. I've also started doing the posts, rather the quizzes in the posts, which honestly I probably should have been doing this whole time. Those have also already been showing a return on investment. Yeah, word of mouth spreads pretty far, depending on how it works. The biggest problem is and always will be the fact that I am crop flavored yogurt. There's just not a large demand for who and what I do. I am too boring, too low energy. I don't do a lot of gimmicks. I don't splurge money to have giant real life game shows with my friends. I don't constantly play meme-tastic games or heavily laden, ridiculous multiplayer stuff. I review games. Now, don't mistake me, I do know there's a market for that, but I also have to be realistic and acknowledge that it is a niche. I've thought many times about trying to change that, and every time I've thought about it, I've just been like, nah, I'm good.
Marine, Bravo team reports there's some sort of unidentified growth taking over the base. I don't know what it is, but it can't be good. Stay sharp.
Growth. Well, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I am kind of stupid, honestly. I take my job seriously, whatever that job happens to be.
We can't do it here. We'll have to access the system somewhere else. All right, let's go.
I should chop that down, too. Does anyone know that guy's name? I can't think of his name. I know Sarge, but it's the other guy. Is it Swan? That's true. I should use charity to disguise the fact that I'm a scam artist who's stealing people's money. Using my dead mother as an excuse for it. Pays better. You have got to be joking, Eternus. Okay, now I know you're joking. Oh, by the way, you want to hear something funny? So I finally figured out what was going on with those extra subs things. Oh, that's gross. Apparently, only for the end of September. Not the whole thing, just the end of September, which was basically the last week and this week. Every 5 subs equals 1 additional sub that they give. Shrug. Can I help you? So, to speak positively about this game from a gameplay perspective, one thing they definitely have been doing right, and it's pretty much copy-paste from the original Dooms, is sound design. There's been a lot of good work in making sure that I can hear what and where is happening, which helps me to navigate. I could tell immediately that there was an imp behind me and around the corner because I could hear the imp sound spawning in the distance, right? I remember that, Disco. I'm pretty sure what I said out loud. Exactly, Arcane. I'm pretty sure what I said out loud was, no, I'm too small scale for him, but what was actually going through my head is, please God, don't let me get on Mr. Beast's radar. That is not something I prefer to happen. Thank you, Eternus, for your support, as always. And as usual, you know what you want to put those towards, please let me know. So, sound design positive, definitely. If Mr. Beast tries to steal my gimmick and calls himself the Ruminator, there's nothing I can do about that. And that's the simplest way to put that. Yeah, imagine monetizing altruism. It's worked quite well for him. Oh, sure, I could sue. I definitely have the time and money to avoid lawyers. And I could definitely out-lawyer the guy who has way more time and money and better lawyers than me. Now, I tend to remember my streams pretty well, Disco. If I could pick a streamer influencer to give me an endorsement, who would it be? So this is kind of a joke answer, but CohhCarnage would be awesome. Now, how many of you get that joke? Yeah, so CohhCarnage has actually raided me before, during one Christmas evening when I was streaming Stardew Valley specifically. And I all of a sudden had about 6,000 viewers.
Formerly designated Phase 1 by the Union Aerospace Off-World Research Division, the Alpha Labs began construction on October 29th.
Oh yeah, my sister very quietly freaked. She talked to me about it afterwards, off camera. Like, she was essentially picking up her phone and getting ready to dial, like, several people to inform them of what was happening, because she thought I was getting the other thing, not raided. Because she'd never heard the terminology before. Hope that's a good sign. Oh yeah, no, that blew me away. I actually distinctly remember my very first knee-jerk reaction, which was actually disbelief. I actually didn't think it was a real thing. Then Cohh himself popped into chat and was like, hey, what's up? I'm not sure I retained anybody from Cohh's thing, but it was still a nice moment. Well, I do live in the States, Triax, yeah. CohhCarnage is a pretty chill dude. He's another streamer. Much, much, much bigger than I am. Yes, I know I'm backtracking. You have to understand, I don't know where my goal is right now. So I'm trying to figure out where it is I need to backtrack to. I have no guidance, no markers, no map, so I'm just kind of following where the enemies are. Yeah, Cohh's actually done a couple of things in a couple of games. He's in Cyberpunk, for example. Viscerality in this game is pretty low, in all honesty. I'm not impressed with it. So we saw that. Okay. I do appreciate you nonetheless, Dark Day. The most famous fan I have? What's the name of the guy? It's one of the older memes. Very, very deep, wonderful singing voice. Tay. That's probably the most famous fan I have. And thank you, Dark Day. Yeah, he's popped into my YouTube section several times. Oh no, we are 100% in walkthrough-itis territory. The only question is how many negatives we're going to give for that. I haven't written it down yet. Sci-fi Debris is someone I don't know much about at this point. Because I stopped watching him years ago, honestly. Oh god, is it Armored Core? Is that the name of it? At this point, there's too many AC games. I've lost the plot. I don't know which AC game is which anymore. It is Armored Core. Okay. Jesus. But I doubt Sci-Fi Debris would ever notice someone like me. Way too big for me. I haven't been in contact with Mike for a while over at Resident Arc. He's a cool dude, though. Cool dude, though.
Access granted.
The only reason I keep saying Mike specifically is I just don't know Kaysen. That's all. Mike's the dude I always talk with.
I've received a report that you haven't reached Bravo Team yet. You need to pick up the pace. Can't wait for you. Reaching the communication facility quickly is imperative.
Also, Jesse is someone... I mean, obviously Lore Reloaded's moved on, but Jesse is someone who's... I don't think even remembers me at this point. Although, huge props to her, she actually got a frickin' movie made. Identities is the name of the film. Unfortunately, I have not had time to watch it.
The UAC takes pride in its safety record.
Really?
Please follow UAC procedures.
Why the kneecaps? It's, you know, the real honest answer is I don't know. But I started doing it out of complete muscle memory, and it's been working very well. See?
For generations,
Oh, that's a good question. In the previous games, we had green and blue armor. Does such a distinction even exist in this game?
Our need to find fresh sources for metals, petrochemicals, food.
Oh, I noticed it earlier. Black Malkin called me out. It was like, Lore, you're dumb. I hate you. And he had every right to say that, of course. But like I said, it's just working better, and I don't really have a good reason why.
Mars itself is our chief ally.
Yeah, the spread on this gun is stupid. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, hang on.
Rich in naturally occurring iron oxide.
Okay, so I'm going to aim for, like, right in the middle there, okay?
We have developed a process that stabilizes the atomic...
So we've got a shot up there, shot over here, shot down here, shot over here. Look at that spread. Look at that. Stupid shotgun. Can I help you? Random visual effects. Yeah, you know, honestly, probably Black Vulcan. So, the biggest thing I don't like about Bellular is actually very, very banal. So don't mistake that as me saying that he sucks, because you have to understand, there's a gradient of suckitude in the world. Bellular is just someone who feeds into the cycle. You know what I mean? He's very much an algorithm chaser. And in my opinion, that is diminishing to, you know, information, knowledge, understanding, analysis. Now, he's not that bad. Asmongold, he's human trash. That's a little bit different.
Warning. EPD laser active.
Okay, apparently we gotta jump this. Pretty much, Blow Up Alex. To be quite honest with you, I got lucky. I continue to get lucky, actually. By all accounts, I should not be able to afford to live. I should not have... I should not make a living wage. Because I aggressively do not follow the algorithm. There we go. And that is to my detriment, financially. And it is absolutely something that I have to deal with. I mean, there's a reason I can't afford to pay rent, you know what I mean? Yeah, my niche could be a lot smaller. Yeah, sorry about the epilepsy. Tried to turn away as quickly as I could there. I'm thinking I agree on the doodads, Eternus. Not sure about the brickwork, honestly. Brickwork might be a story positive, but a gameplay negative. I do like how we're starting to hear voices, by the way. Sorry, we were kind of casually talking about algorithms and marketing strategies, but in the background there's people who are talking to us. Whispering into our ears. Yeah, no, part of the I'm lost I've been having is it's really, really hard for me to get a mental map going of where I am, because I can't tell where I am at any given point in time. As for the specific problems with Asmongold, that's a pretty large list. He really does have legitimate mental health issues and probably physical health issues. And he monetizes that. I don't even want to get into reaction streaming. That's a whole other thing. There is no map, correct? No map, no guidance indicators, no nothing really. The worst thing I've ever heard about Markiplier is that he's overrated, which is pretty mild when it comes down to that kind of thing.
Gas leak stopped. Fire extinguished.
Yeah, quite a few of the really old school people avoided most of the worst of the problems. Whether they actually have them or not, they learned enough to keep those quiet. I mean, MatPat managed to just navigate in, do his thing for about a decade, and then navigate right back out. remember there being a gas leak that I just shut down. That's why I'm kind of like, Yeah, no. What the... By all means, get out when you can, right? See, I'm weird. I actually like streaming. Notice that I say streaming specifically. I quit YouTube years ago. Oh, more meat moss. Yes. Ah, first new enemy type. In a while. A Resident Evil mob. I don't know what these are. I mean, ideally I would stream less if I somehow magically just won the lottery. But if I'm being honest, that's because I want to spend other time on other things. I know, that is selfish of me, and I apologize for that, but it's true. Can you sing it again, please?
Hey diddle diddle, the cat in the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed, the sea said bird, and the fish ran away with the spoon.
Very good.
Have you seen it before?
I have. You know, I've also seen...
What?
The tickling song.
Yes, I can escape to your bed.
No, don't steal my bed. I'm a zombie.
No, it's dinner.
I'm a
It's dinner
zombie.
time.
Oh, okay.
It's dinner time.
Alright, can you say goodbye to stream for me, please?
Bye, stream.
Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow.